now so it won't happen again. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Alright, so we want to go to the track this Friday with Scoots. We got some things we got to button up. It's a weekday right now. I got a couple hours before dark. I need to button up as much as possible so that way when Friday gets here, I can get some data, shoot it over to Be More Fox. He can give me my first track tune. We can go hit the track and go from there. I think he's even going to do some track support for me. Not sure yet. I don't know what his schedule looks like, but we need to jam out the work right now on Scoots. That way Friday comes around, we're ready to go. Anything comes up, we can tackle it then. We don't want to rush anything, so get the work done now. We're ready Friday. Alright, let's get into it. So first thing on the list, we're replacing our old fuel pressure regulator. And I don't know what spring is in there, so we're going to pop it open, take the spring out, and match it up to one of the springs that came with this one, because it comes with 3 different springs. It comes with a 3 to 20 psi, 20 to 45 psi, and 45 to 70. Now we use boost pressure, boost reference, which adds pressure, so I don't want to put in the 45 to 70 spring, and then the boost on top makes that fuel pressure just through the roof, potentially blowing off a line actually in the tank. One of them corrugated lines from the fuel pump to the fitting in there, those can blow off at around 100 psi, even those really quality ones, so we want to avoid that. So first we're going to match up our spring, then throw fuel pressure regulator in the car, hook up the hoses, blast the fuel through it, and then move on to the next thing. Alright, so the little diaphragm inside did not look bad at all. I mean, maybe it's a little worn. Whatever this little ball is, it doesn't move. I don't know if it's supposed to move, but it don't move. It don't roll if it's supposed to roll. I'm not sure. Didn't look bad. Good news is it looks like it's guaranteed the 45 to 70 psi spring was in there. The one that comes pre-installed in the unit is the 20 to 45. The 3 to 20 psi spring, it's definitely not that spring. So it looks like we're gonna have to swap the spring out on the new one for one of these 45 to 70 psi springs. Alright, let's go ahead and adjust the fuel pressure. Looks like we got no leaks. Alright, all my dome pressure lines. I'm going to recut them with this tool right here. Basically as a razor blade, and it'll give you a super clean, flat, straight cut. And the idea is that that flat, straight cut is going to be best case scenario for these hard lines. Just want to show y'all something. See the end of that? That looks kind of weird. We'll go ahead and do a fresh cut with these. And look at that. Alright, now we're going to cut it with the other ones. Just that simple. Like butter. See the difference? It's a perfect end. Nice and flat. The thickness is perfect. That's a big difference, and that's what we're going for. So right now, this guy's just hanging here. I'm gonna have to put the fire rings in and put them back on, but I'm gonna go ahead and do all the cuts so everything has the best chance possible. Alright boys, we're going to go ahead and adjust the fuel pressure now with it running. Alright boys, we're at Chuck's with Chuck. Got her up on the lift. Got the filter changed out, Healy coiled some holes, used some aircraft sealant around this gasket, should keep it from leaking. Found a leak we did have on our back fitting here, so we snugged that up. We got all the little odds and ends knocked out, I'm pretty sure. There's a couple little things we gotta do topside, and then we're gonna go do a test trip and shoot that data over to Be More Fox. Me no more. Alright, on these cheap regulators, you got to put a different O-ring in there. The reason why is because the cheap one will leak. If you look at the pressure right now, it's at 40 good, and hit it with the air. See it jump up. We added 10 psi through a line. Instant. Alright, boost pressure's working. Alright guys, we're gonna do a little test trip, get some data. Boys, I'm a little nervous. Couldn't really give Be More Fox any good data because one of my fuel pumps was not working, so we hit a fuel safety that he set up, so it saved the motor, but that's why it wouldn't build over 2 psi after it hit the safety one time. So that's nice that it saved the motor. Figured out why one of the fuel pumps wasn't working. Turned out to be a fuse was melted. Didn't blow, but it was melted, so I guess it was just not happy or running right. Not getting all the juice through it. So, swap that out. Bring in extra fuses, and just gonna keep an eye on that. Got the fuel pressure working how we want it to work. It's a lot more stable. And it should pan out good now. So, just kind of clean it up. Get something to eat, load the car up, head to the track.
Love you, babe.
Transbrake wire ripped out, so I didn't have a transbrake, so it red lit. So That was better.
Yay, Dada.
So that was 22 pounds. A lot better. I was pretty mad earlier. So, whew. Got a little bit better. She definitely got one. Alright guys, let's do what we do and let's go over the data log for that last pass. We only got one good pass in really, and even that, after you guys see what I'm going to show you in the data, it'll show you it wasn't a great pass, and that's also why it was a 988. But we're going to go over that, and then we'll talk about the direction we're going to be going after, where we're going from here, the changes we are going to make, and the things we need to do before we get back to the track. Alright, so this is our data log. Speed enabled, which is this line right here, and we have transbrake, which is one of these lines right here. So the second I let off transbrake, and the second the speed goes from 0 to 1. We'll just start with speed. I'm gonna dial it back. Okay, now I'm gonna set my 0 point, so the time starts at the second I let off. Good, now we're at 0 seconds. Now we can enable some things and remove transbrake because we don't need that. TPS, we know we were floored until we weren't floored, so we're not worried about that. Gear is enabled, speed is enabled. We'll go ahead and get RPM up here. So you could also see the transbrake and then the two-step and then the RPM and also the pass. Now this is the last pass we did, so this is where we let off the transbrake. The RPM flashes. Watch what gear we're in. So we're in first gear, which you can see here. Boost is at 14 psi. Alright, so we already shifted into second gear before even using first gear really. So that's fantastic. So it commanded second gear. Don't know if it actually landed. I'm guessing it's still in first gear at this point, judging from the RPM not dropping. Okay, and before you know it, the Holley shifted third gear. So it commanded third gear here, and again, there's 0 RPM drop. So at 30 miles an hour, at 0.87 seconds into the pass, Holley is commanding third gear. So before my 60 foot, the Holley commanded third. So I didn't get to run out first. Well, I might have, I'm not sure. It might have been somehow second. It's probably first if I had to guess. And we're in third gear the entire pass. So those of you that know what that means we lost out on a lot. And I'd also like to say, if you look at boost on this pass, the boost we ran for the majority of the pass, this is 5 seconds in. So it was at like 18 pounds, 17, 18, 17, 18, and then 15, 16 pounds of boost. So this pass was a really low boost, and we definitely got ripped off because the Holley shifted third almost immediately. We got ripped off. Even so, it was still a decent pass. But if you guys know what that means there is so much more in it. What are we gonna do to get around this? We've moved the shift points apart, but it doesn't matter because with the new converter, it's flashing and staying in the RPM, which is what we want. We want that. But the Holley just cannot. It uses a system called wide open throttle shift points, and you set where you want your 1-2 to be based on RPM, and you set where you want your 2-3 to be based on RPM, and 3-4 to be based on RPM when it's wide open throttle. Now 3-4, I never want fourth gear in the 4L80 because it'll just explode. So that's set to 20,000 RPM. So the computer will never see 20,000 RPM. It'll never shift into fourth. 1-2 I have set around 5,900. Now with an automatic valve body like I have, it has solenoids in there. and there's a slight delay for them to guarantee the shift. The more power you're putting through it, the worse off it is, really. The more the delay is going to be. So you have to set your 2-3 really far away from that. And I need data to be able to figure out how far away I need to shift that or set that up. But I still don't have that data. It's just, I'm over it. I had this problem on the last setup. This problem is now 10 times worse because we have a fantastic converter in it, which is not the converter's fault. It's doing exactly what we want. And we gained a lot. Just even with that horrible pass, it still had a PB 60 foot, 134 60 foot. We can get a lot more out of that. Putting a little bit more tire pressure in, thanks to Dave, who noticed the tires wadding up pretty good. We knew the front end needed to be tightened up a little bit, but wheelies are kind of cool. But yeah, we want to go fast. You'll see it pop up and then unsettle. You don't want that. So we'll have to tighten up the front end, a couple clicks. But all in all, the car is doing great. It's doing everything we want it to do, and it has a lot of promise. So the path moving forward is we're going to go to a full manual valve body. That way we control the shifts. This is no longer an issue, and yeah, I think we're gonna be there. That's really promising what it did on such little boost. So yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but 15 to 18 pounds of boost is it's not really anything. So she's gonna rip. Now, with that being said, we know that once we go full manual and we're controlling the shifts and we're getting the full mechanical advantage of second gear and running out first, running out second, and then running out third, the car is going to be really fast. And by really fast, it already is kind of fast, but not, this isn't a pro mod. This isn't, safety-wise is what I mean. I don't mean, oh my gosh, I'm running 690s. No. We're not actually fast, but like from stock vehicle to what we're doing, it is fast. So safety-wise, there's a couple things we need to definitely do. And one of them is I do want to start wearing a jacket for sure, and a Hans device. And then we are going to have to put a chute on it, because once you hit 150 mile an hour and a quarter mile, they require you to have a chute on the vehicle at this track. And I want to finish out my cage. I want to do the front bars and the halo, which is not a whole lot to accomplish for us. That's not bad. It's just a matter of money and buying it. So it might take us a little bit before we're back at the track, because full manual valve body I think is like $750. That cage is probably going to be another, just to finish the cage is probably going to be like $600 or more. And then fire suit and a Hans device probably going to be like $800, somewhere in that range. So it's money. Same thing. Anybody out there wants to sponsor me, get me some safety equipment, I'd love that. And yeah, the car did the best it could. Granted, at literally 0.8 seconds into the pass, it's commanding third gear, and I'm pretty sure at 1.2 seconds into the pass, before the 60 foot even hit, which you can kind of see, the car comes out real hard, and then all of a sudden just slows down. Like it just seems like it's on the converter. Well, it was on the converter the entire pass. Thank God I have a good cooling setup, so the converter never saw over 170 degrees, but well, it probably saw higher than that. The fluid never saw over 170 degrees. Thank God we have a good cooling setup that we do. So that's where the car is at. That's what we're doing, and we gotta get better about safety, because we are going to be at a point where, I got Haas, I got a wife, and a lot of friends, and we gotta take that more seriously for this next step, because you only get one life. I think we all know that. So that's what's coming up next. I wanted to thank, huge shout out to everybody that came up to me that watches my videos. I love that. Like when you guys are like, hey, you have to understand, I may not know who you are. So when you come up to me and you're like, I watch your videos, I'm like, at first I'm like, wait, where do I know you from? And then I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So I love that. Thank you guys there's quite a few of you that came up to me or told me you watched my videos. So that's awesome to hear. Thank you. And then everybody that came out to support, thank you as well. That meant a lot to me, and we had a good time. And by the way, if you see me walking around the track with a Modelo, it is because I'm done running for the night. So please keep that in mind. Like, thrashing and rushing is done. I like to enjoy a Modelo or two. So, all right, guys, let's take a look at how the rest of the night panned out. There was some unexpected ventures, and yeah, let's take a look.
Will they serve you like that?
Well, why God invented ranch hands?
Oh boy. The car is still on the trailer. Have that one. We're live though. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. The car definitely moved up. Yeah, these straps are tight, boy. She definitely, what in the world? She definitely moved up. Is my laptop alive? I saw it make a 4-foot drop. I literally said this would happen. I don't know how I knew it would happen. Well, you didn't have to swerve into the oncoming lane to hit it.
I was trying to get away from it.
Yeah, right in front of you.
Is it alive?
I don't know. Oh my god.
She took a spill.
She definitely took a little spill there. Let's see.
Please turn on.
She'll turn on. I'm just wondering about the screen. It looks like the screen's fine.
Can we check that in the truck on the way down the road?
Yeah. She's good.
Sorry about that, JD.
You're all good.
A little. Boom. Round cakes.
I told you to back up ahead. Like, where you're at right now is a kill zone. You might want to get like an extra foot, dude.
Imagine that.